Today I'm going to talk to you about my plants, but before I do that, I desperately need a shower. I had like a mental breakdown yesterday. I was wearing makeup. I don't know why I wore makeup. I think I was like, oh, I'll do my makeup and feel like a real person or something. It just made my face feel greasy and I cried and it ran all over my face. So now I'm just, sorry, this camera's really shaky. It's because I'm holding it. And I've had a lot of coffee, so like super shaky. Today is a lot better. I just know that I need a shower and then I'm going to work on this video and I'm going to be productive and things are going good. I'm at a park. It's by a beach, so there's like a restroom and an outdoor shower. So I'm going to just use that and my camp soap and I'm gonna feel clean and like a fresh new person, hopefully. Okay, adorable. I took my shower and then I got back in my van and I just had my van door open and I think I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just cleaning up after changing and whatnot. And I was actually about to start filming just this talking part and a cop like rolls up next to me and I was like, oh, what am I doing now? Like what? He's like, do you YouTube? And I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, I think I've seen you, which is just really fun because I'm in, you know, Half Moon Bay. I'm from Minnesota. I feel like everyone who's ever recognized me on YouTube has been in Minnesota. And they're like, oh, are you Hannah? Like, I follow you on Instagram or whatever. And it's just, it was really cute. He was like, I think I've seen your van. And then we chatted for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. He was all knowledgeable on like the whole area and he gave me some recommendations for hiking and places I should see and kind of the history of things. And today's a good day. Life is good. You gotta have some ups and downs, I guess, but if you're watching this, it was really nice to meet you. Thanks for making my day better. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta show somebody this. I just found a 5-leaf clover. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 5th one hiding under there. Anyway, welcome to my plant video. Okay, hi guys. I am right here in the redwood forest and I am here shamelessly because I wanted to give you a nice background. I am here to talk about plants, namely the ones that are in my van because I get a lot of questions about them. I figured it was about time to make a video about it because that's what I do. I listen to your questions and concerns and then I talk about them eventually. In my own good time. This is about a year late because everybody asked last summer about the plants and I'm just now making a video. Where to start? So we'll start at like the very beginning because I've been a plant person since way before I had a van. I did live in an apartment before this and I don't know who's been here for the whole journey, but the way that I started on Instagram, I had my apartment and I filled that apartment with plants. Mostly these guys, which are pothos, I think. I made a whole video on these plants and I still don't remember how to pronounce their name. It's either pothos or pothos. I'm gonna call them pothos. And basically, what am I talking about? My whole apartment was pretty much filled with pothos and some other plants. But once I moved into my van, it was still really stark in here and I was just like, huh, you know what this place is missing? It's missing a good green viney thing. And that is how this all happened. I've always really loved pothos. Even when I was living in my apartment, they've always been super resilient plants. I've had these guys for maybe 4 or 5 years now, which is why they're so long. I get a lot of questions from people asking where I buy them because they're so long and I've just been growing them. When I bought them, they were, you know, little, I think some of them I've bought from like IKEA in their plant section or Menards or Home Depot. They've all got plant sections. Most of them I think sell pothos, but they start out really small and they start out kind of just contained within their container, and then you bring them home and you water them and then they grow. and they get really long. It takes a while though. Don't expect to go into a store and buy them the length that I have them. You're gonna have to, you know, do the work, but it's fun because like you grow attached to them. You're like, oh, my babies are big now. Pothos is really hard to kill. I mean, I've had people take care of them over the years where like I've been traveling or something, and sometimes people aren't like the best plant parents, which is fine, but my favorite thing is that I get come back and you know, if they're wilty or droopy or, you know, they just like obviously haven't had like the best watering schedule, you know, they're a little neglected, you know, I come back and, you know, spruce them up, cut off the dead leaves, give them some water, and within like 3 days they're just back in full force. I think that's probably why I love them, because you don't actually have to be a great plant parent. I mean, optimally, it doesn't even sound like a real word anymore. Preferably you're a good plant parent, but if you're not, or if you're a starter, or you like you know where to start with plants, like you are just like, I don't know. Everybody likes to tell you succulents. I hate succulents. I'm sorry for anybody who likes succulents, but I'm so terrible at keeping them alive. I've killed every succulent I've ever had. I want a plant that I can love. I'm not responsible enough to own a pet yet, or a child. The plants are hard enough, but like I want to love something, and like a succulent is just, I either overwater them or I totally forget about them because I'm worried I'm gonna overwater them, and then they die no matter what I do. Pothos has been my miracle plant. I get to water it once a week, or whenever. It like tells you, it'll tell you if it's unhappy. Its leaves will start getting droopy, its soil will be dry, and then you're like, oh, you want some love, let me give you some water. If you know of any other plants that are really hard to kill that aren't succulents, or like plants that might be good in a van, comment them below, because I would love to know, and also I'm sure other people who are watching this video would love to know. The other fun thing about pothos is that they're like really easy to propagate. So you'll just like cut the end of a vine with like maybe a leaf or two on it, and you'll cut it under the node, which is the bump where the leaf grows. You'll cut it right under there, and then you can grab a glass of water and just stick it in there, and it'll start rooting. Got a lot of shit for that in my other video. Whatever. It'll start rooting, and that usually takes about a couple weeks. You'll probably think the plant is dying or something, but it's really just, it's gotta concentrate its energy. Then it starts growing, and then you're just gonna have little pothos just growing out of nowhere. That's enough about the pothos. I guess I wanted to show you a little bit more about like what it's actually like having plants in the van. I did repot them this summer, but I didn't repot them until I was already on the road. I keep them all in their like plastic containers that they come in, and basically the way that they're mounted to the wall is I have these little metal containers from IKEA, and I will drill the metal container into the wall so that it's already there and it's fixed there, and then the little plastic container that the plant comes in, I don't throw that away because it's got drainage, and it's good because then I can leave the metal thing mounted to the wall and I can just take the plastic container out. And so basically I just took that out, and then you just kind of pull the plant out of that container, kind of jostle it around, and then I like to Jenna was laughing at me. I thought this was totally normal. When I repot plants, I'll just take the plant out, and then there's all this dirt stuck in their root system, so I like spank it. I thought that was how you did it. I don't know what other people do. I mean, it gets the dirt out.
Oh no!
Okay, it's fine. It's been through worse. It's been through your driving.
That is true. Casting spells at your local library near you.
What? I guess you could like kind of crumble it out or something, but like I kind of just like hit the roots. I don't know. And it might be traumatic to the plant or something, but maybe they're kinky. I don't know. Maybe they like it. I get all the dirt out that way, and then basically I just fill the bottom of the plastic container with a little bit of dirt, stick the plant in, and then add more dirt on top of that, and then give it a little water just to like get the soil down, and then I stick it back in the van, and that's how I repot them. And then the issue that arises is that I do live in a van, and it's mobile, and it goes over some interesting terrain, and the dirt wants to just come back out. I would be lying if I said it isn't messy having plants in a van. It takes some time being on the road and bumping over stuff to get the dirt settled in their pots so that it's not flying all over the van. I definitely, when I first repotted them, their dirt hasn't completely settled into where it's gonna stay. If it's too dry, the dirt gets loose and it'll kind of scatter all over, and most of my plants are around my bed, so it ends up in my bed. So there's like a week of me just like getting dirt out of my bed every time I pull over. Or you've just watered them and the soil is wet, so it's mud that's spilling into my bed. All right guys, here's the reality of having van plants. This particular one has had a hard time of it. Let me show you. This one has been jumping around, apparently. It's cleaning day, so I took my mirror out over there. Normally it's in here. But I'm gonna clean that up. I'll just use some wet wipes to clean it up. It did get all over my sheets though, so I'm just washing those. It's just a little bit of maintenance every once in a while, but that's plants for you. You know, it happens at home if you overwater and it spills over or whatever. You just gotta clean it up. It's like the same thing as having it when you're in your van. The sheets definitely get muddy and dirty, and usually I just have to like brush it off, or I'll take like a wet cloth and try to get most of it out. But otherwise I basically just strip the bed and take the linens to the laundromat and use a little stain remover stuff and then toss it in the laundry, and it comes back out perfectly fine. It's just dirt. I think it comes out easy. I do get that question a lot. How do you keep your white linens white? And I don't have an answer for that, because I guess I'm pretty tidy to begin with, but then I just wash them. How do you keep your white linens white at home? It's the same thing. You just don't get into bed dirty, and you wash them every once in a while, and they're pretty fine. I mean, I don't know. I get a lot of questions about how I keep them alive, and I think people are worried that they're not getting light or something. And first off, pothos just don't really need that much light. I have friends who keep them in their hallways and they're fine, where there's no light access at all. There's plenty of light that gets in through my van. I keep my doors open a lot, so they'll get a lot of air, and so they're fine. I've really not had any issues. And then I guess the one last thing I would talk about is I think some people are concerned that I get bugs in here. Surprisingly, they don't attract. I've never had a problem with bugs with the plants. The only time I've had bugs in here is either like if I keep my doors open and it's mosquito-y and it's like nighttime and the mosquitoes get in sometimes, but then I just, you gotta kill them. Or sometimes I have bananas hanging out over here on the counter, and occasionally, like if a fruit is very, very ripe, I'll get some fruit flies just like flying around, and then I'll either eat the fruit or toss it and they're gone. So that's really never been an issue either. So no bugs. I'm surprised I haven't had more bugs, to be completely honest. You'd think there'd be like a spider or like something, like some sort of bugs happening in here, and there really just isn't. I've never had that issue, so fingers crossed, knock on wood. I don't want any bugs in here, but I really definitely would have thought I would have more bugs, and they really have not been an issue. So never been a problem. So bye. God, I love bikers. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. If you have any questions or I didn't address something, feel free to put that in the comment section and I will do my best to answer it. Otherwise, feel free to jump in if you have knowledge and somebody asked a question and I haven't answered it yet. Answer them. I am not an expert on plants. I just know that these ones have been my favorite and they're great for vans, and I don't know how to talk that much longer about a couple of vines. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to click on any of the videos that are coming next. or follow me on Instagram, or hit that subscribe button. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. And I will be happy either way. Bye, guys.